And here we see a ranger in its natural habitat. Oh, being towed. No, we're definitely not going there. Nobody wants one of those bikes. Hell no. Gross. I know where we are going though. It's just down here. You guys are gonna find out. And this is where we're going, boys and girls. This can only mean one thing, boys and girls. Oh, even a free coffee. Ha ha ha! Let's go! Time to go and pick it up, but first coffee. Love it! Just like that, boys and girls, we have an Ironman front bumper. Really stoked about it. What we're gonna do is just open it. And obviously, 265s, 75 R16s. About a 2-inch lift on top of that. So, let me put you guys down. Let's cut this thing open and see what it really looks like. Let's go. So, wait a second. And just like that, boys and girls, here she is. I wasn't expecting it to come with the lights, to be honest. But I must say, this build quality is absolutely insane. This is going to look mad on the Triton. I don't know if I have something in my mouth. Anyway, it's going to look insane. So, next thing we're going to open is the bracket. There are the instructions, and here are the rest of the bolts and plates that they give you inside that box there. So let's get this open. And you know what? Let's do this. Something like that. And there we go. Just like that. This is impressive. I must be very honest with you guys. This build quality is insane. Like, this is... I'm really impressed. Like, the walls are all really good. Their finish is great. The powder coat is great. I mean, it's you can see everywhere. The build quality is actually phenomenal. And of course, I could have made something similar myself. It's time. This thing was on for sale. It's on a sale, actually, from Ironman. That's kind of why I bought it, because brand new, I'd never pay that for a BullBar. But now that you understand, you know, it actually is worth that money. This is millions of dollars in research and that. They're also airbag approved too. They work with airbags. It's impressive. Like, I'm actually very impressed. So this is a support structure for the obviously main mount. These are my other pieces here that I'll open up when I need to open up. But I think what we should do is, obviously, let's open the manual here and see. Remove front bumper. Remove these little bracket mud liner insides. Support brackets. Carefully cut the tab. Then we have to cut the bumper. So I reckon without further ado, let's just take the bumper off and just start cutting it, because why the hell not? Let's bring the Triton in, and then we'll put you guys up and we'll start taking off the front bumper. I know it's going to be a pain in the ass. It is a pain in the ass. This job said it should take 3 hours, but with filming, let's find out. Let's get the Triton in. Triton is now inside, guys, and I think what we're going to do is just start taking off the bumper. Start with the grills, then I'm just going to work my way around. I'm not going to show you everything. There's a better video to take it off, but you have to take off the inner liners and all that good stuff as well. So let's just start. Okay, as you guys just saw now, I just did a time lapse of everything, because if I go into depth with everything, you know how it goes. It gets really busy. So what we did is we took off this support bracket here. Have to take off the same support bracket here, just 2 12 mils from behind there, and this thing pops off. I have to take off the inner mud guard on that side too. Took off the washer bottle. There's 1, 2 bolts that hold it over here from the back. Pretty easy to get to. Now what we have to do, like you see here, refit the washer bottle, did that. Now we have to chop off the mounting tab. So carefully chop it off, because obviously the bottles here, we don't want to hurt the bloody bottle. So I'm gonna chop it off, and we should be good to go. Pretty much like there. So let's cut it off. So this is all sorted, I think. Everything's off. Cut the tab, we'll see if that's enough. Now it's time to take this apart. I'm going to take this bottom section off here, and it looks like we pretty much cut it in line with that, going straight across. So yeah, I guess let's mark it somewhere underneath there. Boom. And start cutting. Take the fog light covers off, take this off. I'm going to quickly take all of this off. You don't need to watch me do that. So let's just get it off. And then I'll show you guys, once we start marking it, to start cutting it. And then angle grinder time and cut, I guess. Hopefully not cut it raw. I mean, it's only a plastic bumper. At least we can find more of them. Quite common at least. So let's disassemble it, and then we'll come back when I'm marking it to cut. Well, boys and girls, it's time to get out my most favorite tool. And that is obviously the angle grinder. So, as always, safety last, because who needs a guard? But pit vipers always first. Let's see how bad this goes. After about what felt like 5 years, insert 5 years later or 1 million years later, I have
2,000 years later
now cleaned up the front crash structure, which these brackets go straight over like that. What we're going to do is we're going to go into our bolt kit, and then we are going to get that and the captive bolts. So let me find out where I put my Stanley knife. Okay, I need to find that first. Aha, so that is what you have to do. You can slide it in just like that. Wait, let's do it. So you meant to, yes, get it in like, there we go. So something like that. So that's like that, and then we're going to do the same on the other side. So let's get the other side done. One thing I did forget, guys, is this. This is the other base plate that goes like that, which obviously then pulls this into the, that can just go in there, that will be fine. Yeah, this pulls itself obviously onto the front chassis rail. So let's not forget that, because it doesn't even say that in the instructions, which is pretty weird. Because I was looking and I thought it can't just be that holding this BullBar on, and yeah, it wasn't, because it was this guy as well. So let's get him on, and yeah, it's pretty simple. So once we get him on, we can do both sides, and then Bob's your uncle. So just thought I'd let you guys know. So once this is all back together, we'll carry on installing the support. Now that our bracket is on, what I'm going to do is obviously mount the bumper. I'm going to mount the bumper properly, and then once that's on, then I will tighten everything accordingly to get it into, to get it level. So that's what I'm going to do. So get the bumper on. I'm just going to have to lift it myself, put it back on there. Then I will obviously adjust it accordingly. Then the wiring we'll sort out a little bit later too. Should be pretty simple. I'm just going to disconnect that, take that out so I can have all of my wiring here, and then keep it all loose, and then we should be good. So let's get that on. Okay, take two. Now that we should be able to get this on. And just like that, boys and girls, after everything, this is how she looks. I am beyond stoked with how she turned out. I will definitely do the intercooler at some point. I wonder if I could actually squeeze it in here. I might be able to actually get in like this, just take these front grills off and play, instead of taking the whole bumper off again. But I mean, it's not that bad. I can just take it off with 6 bolts really. So this is amazing. What we're going to quickly do is just trim, obviously. Quickly do a trimmeroo there, and then we're going to do the wiring, and I'm going to show you guys how to do the wiring as well. But look at that. We'll take some better photos and stuff when we're outside, but let's quickly trim the fenders, and then yeah, put them back on, and then it will be time for wiring. So, boys and girls, obviously we've got the bumper on and pretty much everything is sorted. What I do want to do though is, what the hell is the one? Oh, it's probably still dirt. Yeah, it's still dirt. Anyway, so now that we've got that on, what I want to do actually is I want to pull the bumper back a little bit so it's in line with the mud guard, so I can pull it in, because look at that space obviously here, so we can do that adjustment. But now what I want to start doing is obviously tackling the wiring, because it has daytime running lights and indicators. So there's a wiring diagram. I'm going to open up the bag that's Ironman supplies with it, which is right over here. So let's open this up, and then here is the wiring diagram. So let's open up the bag and see what's inside. And there we go. Everything is unpacked. This is the switch for the fog lights. That's really nice. So that comes with connectors right over there. Then this must be the relay. There it is. And then these are the wires that are for the connectors on the fog lights, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there are. You can see that there's a black and white one. I'll put the flash on. That's pretty impressive, I must say. I mean, it does make sense why the kit costs what it does. Like, honestly, that's pretty cool. So I think what we're going to do is, oh, there we go. It looks like the fog lights and the park lights go together, but I think I might want to run these parking lights over here. Maybe it's daytime running lights. So let's have a look quickly. Let's see if I think there's a wiring harness actually tucked in over here. Let's get under the car, have a look quickly, and put a flash on, and let's see what's going on. Right, now we are under the BullBar. So here's the one wiring harness. So let me cut that. Here's the fog light connectors. Great. That's where the other harness goes in. I'm sure we can run it through over here. What we're going to do, you see how much movement there still is. I'm going to clear that gap, bring it in, then we're going to trim the bumper again, but we'll do that last. And then, yeah, let's tackle some wiring. And also, don't forget to tighten these because these are very loosey-goosey. So we'll tighten those at the end too. Let's get this harness off and see what's going on here. Right, so here is our relay. This is what controls everything. This over here coming from the fuse in the relay. This goes to your power. Then the power comes out, then it feeds the relay. Then the relay then sends down to this, which will be the switch. This will be the switch on the one side, and then these connect to the spotlights, and then here is your ground. And then obviously the other side goes to the other spotlights on the driver's side. So I reckon what we should do, let me grab the switch and then we'll just start wiring it. Pretty simple. So after some time of some contemplation, so everything plugs in the way it should. I was just being an idiot. So you take your spotlights and obviously you get your harness. Where's the harness? You take your blue into the white and the black into the black. And let me just plug this back in. And then this white needs a constant power source. As you can see, then the light comes on. So yeah, what I'm going to do is quickly connect those up and then loosely connect that. And then I'll show you guys exactly how the spots look when you turn them on. So here's the switch. I'll put it there. So we have our main feed coming in here. And obviously this is your sense wire. I'm just going to jam her in like that. And there we go. We have spotties. Spotties, baby! So that's pretty cool. So that's an easy little wiring thing. Now what we're going to do is tap into the indicator wiring. And then, yeah, then it should be done. Nice and easy. So now for the indicator wiring, guys, like I said. So what we're going to do is I've taken out the right-hand side because the left-hand side is a bit of a pain in the ass. I'll do that later. But here it is. So I'm going to quickly put the flash on so you guys can see. So here it is. What we're going to do is we're going to splice into this green and red wire. And then that will be the yellow. And then obviously black will just ground somewhere inside or wherever we can ground over here. We could even splice it into there. And then what I'm going to do with the daytime running lights is I'm just going to find somewhere that has power when ignition on. And I'll just splice into that, which shouldn't be too hard. I'll just have a little bit of a look around, and then I might just make an extender, run it across to maybe somewhere in the fuse box over here. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do, let's just end up splicing that and I'll show you guys when it's done. So here we go, guys. This is a lot cleaner basically set up than the other side because it just had more space and I learned on that side. But anyway, so as you can see, your signal wire over here from your indicator, the yellow one for your indicator from the BullBar. I just splice and put a connector. I'm going to put another connector there, link them up. Then what we're going to do is we're going to find a ground for this over here. And then I'm going to find a 12 volt on switch or an on source probably inside here. And then, yeah, then I'll show you guys how to wire in this because my previous explanation was absolutely horrible because I was being an idiot. So let me finish up wiring here. Hey, look at that. Now we're talking much better. Okay, so now all I need to do is find a 12-volt source, but I'll tell you guys when I find it, and once I'm finished wiring, then I'll show you when I'm done with that, and then we'll move on to the fogs. Oh yes, very nice. And just like that, boys and girls, we are done. The wiring is now neatly tucked away. What I'll do is I'll just obviously show you guys what I did with the wiring diagram. But yeah, I'm obviously gonna now move the bumper forward and then add the rest of the bash plates that's on and reinstall the liners, the wheel liners. I actually want to pull the bar a little bit back closer to the car itself. So let's see how far back we can actually go. And then, because I know we can go that far back, and I want to see maybe we can come in a little bit more, try and fix that gap. But yeah, what I did is I actually found power, just to show you guys where I found power from, because that was the biggest thing. I need to put my temp case back. I found power from that relay socket over there, and I tapped on that with my daytime running lights, which I'll show you guys now too. Looks pretty good. So ignition on, and there we go. You can see for the spots, boom. The Ironman wiring diagram was a bit weird. Also indicators are now working too. I'll show you everything. Very nice. Looks properly cool. Yeah, the Ironman wiring diagram was a bit weird. I mean, I wanted to run the LEDs as daytime running lights on ignition switch source, which is what I found in the, obviously, what is it? In the fuse box over there. And because they wanted you to wire them up when you turn the fog lights on. So I was like, nah. Did my own little wiring, but I'll show you guys the wiring diagram. With a fog light wiring diagram, only thing I changed is on the white switch that comes, or the white wire that comes off the switch, I just put that to 12 volts to give it a trigger to the relay to obviously turn on. So to then close the switch and give power. So yeah, now what we're gonna do is, I think, I'm gonna move the bumper back a bit. That's first things first. And then if I need to readjust anything, I'll do it accordingly. But yeah, let me move this bumper. Once that's done, then once I'm happy with fitment, I'll carry on with the rest. And then I'll show you guys how to put on the rest of the under tray. And there we are, boys and girls. That's the fitment I am happy with at the moment. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked with this. What I'm quickly doing now is putting on the mud guards. Just thought I'd quickly show you. And yeah, then we're gonna do the underneath panels. What I'll do is I'll just do a time lapse on those. And just like that, that looks so sick. My days, I am beyond stoked with this. That looks properly good. I'm stoked. I think what we're gonna do, guys, I need to go out just now. So what I'm gonna do is pack up, clean up this mess here because it's disgusting. And then, yeah, when we're out, because I have to go out, we'll take some photos and videos of this thing fully done. I think I'm missing like 4 bolts, but I just couldn't get to them. You have to drill through, but it's not like we're winching off this bar. So I mean, it's not going to move. But another thing is my bash plate didn't fit, but that's okay. I'll sort that out. But yeah. Hey. I am beyond stoked with how this came out, guys. Honestly, it looks insane and it actually suits the car so much. I'll show you how much better it looks with the fogs on as well. It looks mad. I'm really impressed with this, and it really just changes the whole bucky completely. I mean, and it suits it so well. Next thing, maybe a lift, and then my tires that I got, 265 75s. But guys, here we go. This is her. I am beyond happy with how it came out. Guys, as always, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, tell me what you want. Tell me if you're enjoying the Triton, all the stuff, all the content on the Triton. I'm loving it. It's something new. Same but different, I guess. But I'm loving it. So big things to come with the Triton, I reckon. Big tires, big lift kit possibly, snorkel, some other cool stuff, dual battery system. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And don't forget to always send it. Catch you guys on the next one.